E aí, bichão, tudo bem? My name is Joe Penna, and this is the story of our attempt to be the first people to tweet from the stratosphere. So the first question that we had to ask ourselves is, how do you get to the stratosphere? A rocket can get there really fast, but they're really expensive and dangerous. However, a really big weather balloon takes about 2 hours to get there, but they're relatively cheap. It's about $900 for a full kit, and that's it. That's how we're gonna get there. But the really tricky thing is, how do we get an internet connection up there? The stratosphere is out of the range of cell phone coverage. Lasers are awesome, but they're way too unreliable. A radio would work, but we'd have to write a program for a computer on the ground. That's kind of cheating. So the best option to me seems to be a satellite phone. This talks to satellites in space. Can you hear me all right this way? And this way, right? Good.
Christian, do you still hear me?
I'm gonna hang up because that's a very expensive call. Thank goodness you can rent a satellite phone, and after that, we got a weather balloon kit.
Eddie!
The satellite phone is in a little weatherproof pouch. It's going to be connected to the computer. Parachute. The majority of GPSs out there stop after 60,000 feet. The military wants you to not use it for missiles. Eddie, this is a GPS tracker. It works down to negative 40 degrees. Eddie, grab it. Go get it. So this will be good. We have this thing that beeps really loudly. Eddie, I'm gonna start putting all this together while Christian is gonna go grab helium.
200 balloons for an extra large for 137.
Alright, we've got our helium, our balloon, we've got a computer to tweet out. I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. So it's time to run a bunch of weather predictions and figure out the best launch location. For us, it turned out to be halfway to San Francisco, which is about 3 hours away from here. We'll get away from the power lines, find out where the wind is blowing, and all the planes near where the balloon is going down know that there's gonna be a balloon. It's 11:45. Let's try to get this done. Even when I was trying to just look something up on the internet there, we lost connection. Great. It's a good thing that we had a very mobile internet hotspot. So how do we get the phone to tweet out by itself? I purchased a little tiny computer called a Raspberry Pi. It's a tiny little Linux computer. It's connected to this battery, so when you plug it in, it turns on. It's pretty great. You can even attach an HDMI cable to it and go to this little tiny monitor. The Java program that's doing the actual tweeting was written by a guy called Matt. From MC Pro Hosting. They do Minecraft servers, and he knows a whole lot about Linux. You pick how long you want to wait, and then it says, what do you want to tweet? I'll say, here's a test tweet. And then all of a sudden it waits and waits until you're ready to tweet out, which is exactly what we needed. Let me make that bigger, too big. The International Space Station is all the way up here in the thermosphere. We're gonna be tweeting from the stratosphere. We haven't found anyone else who's tweeted from here before. So it'll tweet out at 17 kilometers and at 30. So we're here in the middle of nowhere because it's far away from all the mountains. Now we just have to let this go in about 10 minutes. If you're gonna launch your own balloon, remember to check out the balloon trajectories, the UTC time conversions, how to inflate the balloon, how to tie it off, and other things like that. Anyway, after a while, we got everything put together.
Joe.
Yeah?
I'm not sure how it's gonna like stay on there going up.
It needs to be really well done. This is where the balloon goes.
Oh, alright. Okay.
Just needed one last test to make sure everything's okay. Hey Dad, can you hear me? How's it going? Thank you. I love you. Bye. Perfect reception all the way around. We're good to go. It gets really cold up in the stratosphere, so I added some hand warmers to the kit, which will keep the batteries running. You tape everything shut, you check the flight computer, you make sure the cameras and GPS trackers are running. Make sure you don't forget your audio beacon, which is what's beeping, so that you can easily find your balloon after it lands. Move away from the power lines, even though
helium is way better than hydrogen when you're trying to do these things because it doesn't blow up.
We need to put gloves on because this balloon is very fragile. We're really worried about the wind right now. It's a little windier than we'd hope it to be. As time went on, things got worse. It got really windy really fast. Ryan was Ryan was personing the camera while Christian, Alex, and I worked on the balloon. It got so windy that we had to stop many times while filling it up. We were worried the whole time because if the balloon touched the ground, it would almost certainly pop. Halfway into filling it up, I told Ryan, we need your hand.
Yep.
So, unfortunately, this is the wonderful footage that we have of the balloon going up. It's a shot of our legs. It is really windy. Let's get in the car. All right, we got it out. We still have the GPS. We have the GoPros running. Our weather predictions said that our balloon was gonna boom, pop over Bakersfield and then land in this big farm over here. Our first tweet should be coming in 6 minutes. A few minutes later, we were off. Yes. And we're off! I should be getting to the stratosphere in about 30 minutes. Woo! We were still following the balloon's GPS signal, but things took a turn for the worse. The next tweet was supposed to go out 5 minutes ago and it still hasn't gone out. So I'm a little worried right now. The reason why it was worrying me is because this is how the program works. I'll post a link to the Java code down below in case you guys want to see it. It tries to tweet out 200 different times. I'm really worried right now because the balloon is really stable while going up, but it's stable in the wrong direction. That antenna has to be pointed the other way for it to be able to tweet. Once it's tumbling down to the ground, it's going to be spinning so fast that it's only going to reach south a second at a time, which is not enough time for it to tweet. So we might not tweet from the stratosphere. After a tense couple minutes, the tweet is tweeted. Nice. My ascent rate is 15 feet per second. I should be getting to the stratosphere in about 30 minutes or so. It's not true. It's going to get to the stratosphere a lot faster than that. The next tweet is going to be from 17 kilometers high, which is the stratosphere. The annoying thing is that there's only one thing you can do while waiting for the next tweet to come out, and that's refresh, 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 refresh. Any second now. It's already late. It's already late. And this is it! My computer's not loading up right now, but I have it on my phone. The first tweet from the stratosphere. Oh no.
What? What's wrong?
What happened?
What's wrong?
What?
There's a typo.
There's a typo?
It says, this is the first tweet from the stratosphere, like T-H-E-E. From your stratosphere.
Tweeting from thine stratosphere.
From thine stratosphere. No one's gonna be looking at that tweet, right? And this is why you always check your notes. Alex can't high five right now. He's driving. High elbow. High five, camera guy. We did it. Awesome. We got it. But then 2 more tweets were supposed to go out. 17 kilometers and at 30. The GPS has been updating every 10 minutes and it hasn't updated in 12. We don't know where it landed.
They cool?
Yeah, he says the cotton, the grapes, it's all his. They lose parachutes in there all the time, but they don't have GPSs on them, so I think we are gonna be okay. Let's go search, fellas.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it is hot. The last GPS fix that we got was 5 minutes before it hit the ground, so it's anywhere between there and all the way over there. But we're hoping that we're gonna get another GPS fix while the GPS is on the ground, and then we just search for the audio beacon. Did we turn the audio beacon on? You know the 1-point perspective things that you learn in school? That like is a huge railroad that goes into infinity? It's the first time in my life that I've actually seen something that looks like that. Hey Christian! Let's get back!
This is a very big area.
Yeah. We searched for another hour or two. We dumped some of these electrolytes on the plants. It's what they crave.
Let's find this balloon.
Let's find this balloon. Let's talk to the skydiving. What's your name?
I'm George.
George, nice to meet you. So this is your thing?
Yeah, this is future skydiving school.
And it's your field too?
Yeah, it's our field.
So what are our chances of finding this weather balloon?
We've lost parachutes,
Cutaway
parachutes, and we've had a real hard time without an airplane. We wouldn't be able to find them. When we see them from the air, we drop a skydiver into the area.
How big is this?
2,600 acres.
So like us walking around, we maybe covered 0.5% of it. Yeah.
Probably, yeah. We had a friend of ours that stopped by here with his kids, and they were doing a high school science experiment in a weather balloon in a lunch pail, like tracking it with an old cell phone. And it blew over, and that's the last they had seen of the weather balloon, and I don't ever know what happened.
I think this is like some kind of like weather balloon graveyard.
Black hole.
Like a black hole of weather balloons. Can I leave my number with you if you end up finding it?
Sure.
You can give us a call.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you for calling Satellite Phone.
So I rented a satellite phone from you guys, and I wonder if there's any way for you to track it where it is, because I've lost it.
Not to my knowledge.
Is there any way that I can track it online, or can you see where it might be?
I don't think so, but you know, we may be able to get with an emergency like 911 or something like that.
All right, thank you so much.
Great.
So I guess there's no way to do it. I don't want to get the police involved. I think we have to bite the bullet and give up on our search. I mean, I'm driving right now, and I've been driving for about 3 minutes, and it's still the grape fields. So that ended up being what we called it. We were very happy because we were successful in our Stratosphere tweet, but we were kind of bummed out because we didn't find the balloon with our footage from the sky. If someone ever finds our weather balloon, it has our number written on it. If I ever get it back, I'll put up a video on my second channel with that footage. Subscribe to that channel right there. Thank you so much to the Fiesta Movement for helping me do this. Thanks to Matt from MC Pro Hosting for writing the code. And thanks to some other guys that I'll link below for checking his code. Thanks to Ryan, Christian, and Alex for coming with me to this crazy adventure in the middle of the desert. And thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you check out my latest video right there. And I'll see you next Thursday.